Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another recap of the 100's newest episode. Last week we left off with Clarke and crew on the new planet and suffering from the effects of the red sun. Murphy was near death, and the residents of the building they had been exploring have finally arrived on the scene. So let's go ahead and jump into it and find out what happens to the 100 this week. On the new planet, Clarke and the rest of the scouting crew are surrounded by a huge group of people who seemingly live in the area that they've been exploring in the past episode. Murphy is barely alive at this point, and nobody seems to be able to help him until a man offers his assistance and the crowd parts to let him through. Randomly, it's Allison's dad from Teen Wolf. He says that Murphy is dead, but that death is not the end there. He asks another man to help him, and the guy pulls a snake out of a bag and holds it up to Murphy's stomach. The snake's venom has a curative property, and whatever is going on with Murphy seems to reverse. Once this is done, the man orders they lock up Clarke and the rest of the gang. While in custody, the group are already fighting amongst themselves when they're interrupted by the people who live there, bringing them refreshments. One girl explains that this planet, named Sanctum, was made up of 4 colonist families that they call the Primes, and that they are all descendants of them. Teen Wolf Dad enters, and Clarke introduces herself and asks his name, and some random lady introduces him as Russell Lightborn, 7th of his line, savior of Sanctum. And it's kind of cracking me up here like she's Miss Sandy off Game of Thrones, introducing Daenerys Targaryen. Back at the scout ship, they're attacked by someone shooting darts at them. They try to get the door closed, but they're all taken out before this can actually happen. Meanwhile, Clarke is back with the others, and a dog runs up to her, and she's very shocked. And I found this odd, but then I realized she's honestly probably never even seen a dog. Russell Lightborn, 7th of his line, savior of Sanctum, gives Clarke this whole speech about how peaceful they are here and how much she's going to like it here, and she kind of asks him if she's going to be allowed to stay, and he tells her that he hasn't decided yet. Bellamy, Echo, Octavia, and some of the others are heading back to the scout ship, and they find that the radiation shield surrounding the place is actually a dome, possibly built to keep out the other people from in the woods. Murphy finally comes to, and he's startled to see them all there, thinking they're still mad from the red sun, but Emery and Clarke calm him down and tell him that the toxins in his body are cured, that he's okay. He instantly asks, though, if he was dead, and this is the second time they've mentioned that in this episode, so I kind of figure they're going somewhere with this. At the scout ship, it appears that the poison darts had paralyzed Maddie, but it did not affect Diyoza as it hit her vest and not her skin. She's pretending she's paralyzed, though, and the people who attack them are chanting around them, "Death to the Primes." I'm already sensing that this planet is made up of warring factions, much like they encountered back on Earth with the various tribes. And I'm not going to lie, I was hoping they'd do something different with this new world, but it's looking very familiar already. Back at the colony, Clarke gets a fancy new party dress and gets invited to a dinner with the Primes. She pleads their case at the dinner, explaining who they are and how they got to this place, but they question Clarke's past after having heard stories about her from Jordan. Clarke tells them that all they're asking for is a second chance, and Russell Lightborn is sympathetic, but he doesn't think they can change, and he orders Clarke and the others to leave the planet. Back at the scout ship, Bellamy and the others are watching the people who attacked Maddie and Diyoza, and Octavia rages and she runs in to take out the attackers. Diyoza tells them that they were actually leaving and there was no need for the attack. Bellamy and Octavia argue, and he tells her that she's not welcome to stay with them anymore, and she walks off into the woods as Bellamy closes up the ship. Back at the colony, Jordan and the girl that he flirted with before are kissing, and as she pushes him down on the bed, she's shot from behind with one of the paralyzing darts. And one of the people from the woods has infiltrated the colony, and he knocks Jordan out. Clarke finds him on the roof, and the guards are looking for the girl, and Jordan tells them that someone took her. Clarke runs out to find the girl, and she gets into a fight with the man who kidnapped her. She wrestles him to the ground, and he cuts her with the knife, and then he notices her blood, and then he runs off. Russell and some of the other guards run up on Clarke, and Russell also notices the blood as well. They find the missing girl, and they take her back to the colony. Russell tells Clarke that she has the same blood as him, royal blood, and I'm a little confused at this because why does Clarke still have night blood from her transfusion a few seasons ago? Wasn't that just temporary? It didn't make her an actual night blood, right? Bellamy and the others from the scout ship arrive, and Clarke is reunited with Maddie. Russell tells the group that because they helped save the missing girl, they are welcome to stay on Sanctum for the time being. Russell's wife notices how pregnant Diyoza is, and she tells her that they'll have a physician look at her in the morning. Russell realizes who Diyoza is and immediately has the guards take her prisoner. Apparently, she's as infamous to them as Hitler and Bin Laden in their history books because of her crimes, and they take her away. Back in the woods, Octavia tries to attack the people they fought earlier, and she's taken out by one of their traps pretty quickly, and the episode ends there. So right away, I'm already thinking that Clarke and the others are probably on the wrong side of this war. I'm betting that the people in the woods most likely will turn out to be the sympathetic ones in this storyline. But I guess we'll have to see how that turns out. I'm going to leave this one right here. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a like and let me know what you thought in the comments. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing as I do daily recaps and reviews of your favorite shows and movies. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.